Forget what the history books told you. These chilling recordings and eyewitness stories point to one impossible conclusion. The Megalodon may still rule the deep. Count down with us the top 10 sightings that will make you question what's really down there. Number 10. Jumping Megalodon. The sight of a whale breaching the ocean's surface is one of the most majestic displays in nature. These gentle giants, towering over most marine creatures, leap into the air with breathtaking power, inspiring awe and wonder. But what if that awe turned into terror? What if the ocean's most iconic predator wasn't the whale, but something much larger, much deadlier? That question became shockingly real one fateful night when a camera caught something that defied all expectations. The cameraman was filming a pod of whales breaching under the moonlit sky, their massive bodies shining as they erupted from the water. It was a stunning, peaceful scene until the unthinkable happened. As one whale launched itself into the air, something even larger followed it out of the depths. In a split second, a shadow emerged, a massive shark-like figure hurtling toward the breaching whale. Then came the horrifying moment. The creature clamped its colossal jaws around the whale's side, taking a devastating bite. The sheer size of the predator was enough to make even the mighty whale look like prey. The video, later uploaded online, left viewers stunned. Experts analyzing the footage noted that the shape, speed, and sheer bulk of the creature were unlike any known modern shark. Its jaws alone appeared large enough to engulf a small car, and its attack was swift, calculated, and terrifying. For context, the Megalodon was believed to grow up to 65 feet in length with jaws that could open to a width of over 10 feet. Its bite force, a crushing 18 tons, enough to snap a whale's bones like twigs. This single encounter upended everything we thought we knew about the ocean's food chain. Whales, often seen as apex predators due to their immense size, were reduced to prey in a horrifying instant. More unsettling, however, was the realization that the Megalodon's hunting style might not just involve lurking in the deep. This encounter suggested it could strike with precision, using the breaching behavior of whales as an opportunity to attack, a strategy both horrifying and efficient. So what happened to the whale? The video cuts off before its fate is confirmed, but experts agree its survival was unlikely. The damage inflicted by such a monstrous bite would have been catastrophic. Further supporting these claims are fossil records indicating that megalodons preyed upon whales. A 15-million-year-old whale vertebra discovered in Maryland bears the unmistakable bite marks of a giant shark. The vertebra exhibits a compression fracture, suggesting a powerful ambush predation likely by a megalodon. The 15-million-year-old whale vertebra from Maryland is just one of many discoveries that paints a vivid picture of the megalodon's role as the apex predator of its time. Paleontologists have uncovered similar fossilized remains across the globe, with teeth embedded in whale bones and deep crescent-shaped gouges that could only have been made by the megalodon's serrated teeth, some of which measured over 7 inches long. But here's where things get even more mysterious. Some of these fossilized bite marks have been found on whale species that existed as recently as 2 million years ago, much later than the megalodon's supposed extinction. This has fueled speculation that pockets of megalodons could have survived in isolated areas, feeding on migrating whales in deep, unexplored regions of the ocean. Experts might argue about what's real and what's not, but deep down we all know there are places in the ocean where light never touches, where ancient giants could still roam. The ocean is vast, and its depths hold secrets far older than humanity. Maybe the megalodon never left. Maybe it's just waiting for the right moment to remind us who truly rules the seas. Number 9. Marino Rocks shark. More people are struck by lightning each year than survive a great white shark attack. But what if the sharks are getting bigger? So big that surviving isn't even an option? Marino Rocks, a seemingly serene beach on the southern coast of Australia, has long attracted marine life enthusiasts. But in recent years, it has also become infamous for encounters that send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned researchers. One such incident has sparked endless debate, leaving experts questioning whether prehistoric giants like the megalodon could still haunt the oceans. It all began during what should have been a routine aerial survey. A team of shark conservationists was observing the local shark population from a helicopter, scanning the turquoise waters below. Everything seemed ordinary until they noticed a shadow. No, not a shadow. A colossal figure gliding just beneath the surface. As the helicopter circled, the researchers' collective gasps filled the cabin. Below them was a creature so massive it defied belief. A shark estimated at an astonishing 7 meters, or around 23 feet, in length. For context, the average great white shark reaches between 15 and 20 feet. This beast wasn't just bigger, it was in a league of its own. The implications were staggering. The largest confirmed great white on record measures just over 20 feet, making this predator significantly larger. It was as if the infamous great white from Jaws, deliberately designed to terrify audiences, had come to life and then some. But this wasn't Hollywood. This was real, raw nature delivering a creature that outclassed even our worst cinematic nightmares. As the team watched in awe, they attempted to document the shark and steer it away from the beach. But this giant proved more cunning than they anticipated. It dodged their every attempt to approach, vanishing into the depths as though it had sensed their intentions. All they were left with was the haunting realization that this enormous predator was still out there, a ghost of the deep lurking beneath the waves. If not a megalodon, then perhaps it's an undiscovered species, one that has managed to evade human detection for centuries. But the story doesn't end there. In a dramatic twist, just weeks after the initial sighting, a team of deep-sea explorers captured sonar readings of an enormous moving object near the continental shelf off Marino Rocks. The data suggested something larger than any recorded marine predator, its shape distinct yet elusive. The sonar readings left scientists both thrilled and perplexed. The object's movements were deliberate, almost calculated, suggesting an apex predator at the top of its game. Intriguingly, the shape didn't align perfectly with any known species. Its elongated form bore some resemblance to a great white, but the proportions, particularly the sheer bulk, were more reminiscent of prehistoric marine giants. The search intensified, and with it, the hope or dread that the secrets of this ocean titan would finally surface. For now, however, it remains a shadow, a legend, and a chilling reminder that the ocean's greatest mysteries are far from solved. Number 8. Unusually young teeth. Deep near Tahiti, a discovery aboard the HMS Challenger hinted that the prehistoric monster Megalodon might not be as extinct as we thought. The Challenger was no ordinary ship. Originally a war vessel, it had been repurposed into the world's first oceanographic research vessel, complete with state-of-the-art laboratories, microscopes, and tools that pushed the boundaries of 19th century science. Its mission was to explore the depths of the ocean and uncover its hidden mysteries. During one of its expeditions near Tahiti, the Challenger's crew dredged the ocean floor, expecting to bring up mundane marine samples. Instead, they hauled up something that left even the most seasoned sailors speechless: a pair of massive shark teeth. These teeth weren't just large. They were colossal, far exceeding the size of any known modern shark species. Initially, the discovery was celebrated as a curious relic from the ancient past. Megalodon teeth had been unearthed before, but what made these particular teeth so shocking was their age. Upon further analysis, they were dated to between 10,000 and 15,000 years ago. This was an earth-shattering revelation. Until then, scientists believed that the Megalodon had gone extinct over 3 million years ago. But these teeth suggested something far more unnerving: that the Megalodon could have survived until the end of the last ice age, a mere blink in geological time. Imagine the reaction of those scientists, staring at evidence that contradicted everything they thought they knew. If the dating was accurate, it would mean that the Megalodon had coexisted with early humans, prowling the same oceans that provided food and trade routes for ancient civilizations. Modern experts remain divided. Some argue that environmental factors could have altered the teeth's age, skewing the results. Others proposed that the teeth could belong to an entirely different, yet similarly large, shark species. Yet skeptics face an uphill battle. The teeth size, serration patterns, and unique curvature match the Megalodon's known features perfectly. Adding to the intrigue is where the teeth were found: deep, remote waters far from any shoreline. These are the kind of hidden depths where colossal creatures could evade detection for centuries, if not millennia. Do you think the HMS Challenger uncovered evidence of a living legend? Or was it simply a case of mistaken identity? Let us know your thoughts. Number 7. Baby Megalodon sighting. In April 2025, veteran cage diver Ethan Ward, a well-known shark guide operating out of Guadalupe Island, Mexico, captured footage that has left marine experts stunned and divided. Ward has spent more than 20 years documenting great whites, but during a routine dive with clients, an enormous shark emerged from the deep, so large it filled the entire opening of the cage and blocked out the remaining sunlight. The shark, estimated at over 28 feet long, showed no tracking tags, no known markings, and moved with an eerie slowness Ethan had never seen in any great white before. Its head was broader, its eyes darker, and its proportions were unlike anything in scientific records. Shaken, Ethan admitted in the interview that followed, "I don't want to say it, but part of me wonders if this is what a young Megalodon would look like. What do you think? Misidentified giant? Unknown species, or something far more ancient still lurking below?" Number 6. Sharks running into divers. The ocean is both a playground and a battlefield for divers. The thrill of exploring the deep often comes with risks, especially when swimming in waters teeming with predators like sharks. While sharks are not naturally inclined to hunt humans, their power and size make every close encounter a heart-stopping experience. 2 shocking incidents from South Africa show just how unpredictable these underwater giants can be. The first story centers on a father and son salvage team exploring the ocean floor off South Africa's coast. Their mission was simple: recover items from a sunken wreck. However, their dive took a terrifying turn when a great white shark, known as one of the most formidable predators in the sea, appeared out of nowhere. The shark silently approached from behind, its massive jaws just inches from the sun's head. In the 4-second clip that captured the event, the shark bared its teeth, its eyes rolled back in its sockets, a behavior used to protect its sensitive eyes during attacks. The diver, perhaps feeling the faint bump of the shark's snout, instinctively ducked as the predator swam past, its teeth glinting under the dim light of the deep. Experts who reviewed the footage believed the shark realized the divers weren't prey and veered away at the last moment. Still, the sheer size and proximity of the great white were enough to leave even the most seasoned divers rattled. The second incident is no less harrowing. Off the coast of Durban, another group of divers was filming black tip sharks, smaller but equally agile predators. One diver, attempting to avoid a particularly inquisitive black tip, made a quick hand gesture that released a stream of bubbles. This seemed to distract the shark momentarily, but it quickly circled back. In a shocking twist, instead of pursuing its original targets, the shark unexpectedly charged the diver holding the camera. The collision was brutal. The shark slammed into the diver's face, knocking off his mask and dislodging his breathing regulator. The sudden impact was powerful enough to send the diver reeling. Miraculously, he managed to recover his gear and continue breathing, but the shock of the collision lingered long after. Experts believe both incidents were not attacks but moments of confusion. Sharks rely heavily on sensory perception, and in these cases, the predators likely mistook the diver's movement or black wetsuits for potential prey. It's worth noting that black wetsuits, which many divers wear, resemble the sleek, dark shape of seals, one of a shark's favorite meals. Combined with the fact that sharks can roll their eyes back into their sockets for protection, this misunderstanding becomes even more plausible. While great whites and black tips are apex predators, their interest in humans is typically minimal. Most encounters are accidents fueled by mistaken identity or curiosity. Incredibly, no one was injured in either of these incidents, despite the terrifying proximity and force of the collisions. So sharks may not be the mindless killers of popular myth, but when you're face to face with one, even a misunderstanding can be a matter of life and death. Number 5. The Coast Guard footage. Of all those who brave the vast and unpredictable oceans, few are as prepared to confront the unknown as the Coast Guard. Tasked with life-saving missions that take them deep into treacherous waters, they have a bird's-eye view of the sea's endless mysteries, and sometimes what they find defies explanation. In one unforgettable moment, the Brazilian Coast Guard may have inadvertently captured footage of a living legend, the Megalodon. It all began during a routine rescue operation off the coast of Brazil. The helicopter hovered above turbulent waves, scanning for signs of the stranded vessel. Amid the chaos of the rescue, no one paid much attention to the dark, ominous shadow gliding below. It wasn't until later, when reviewing the mission footage, that they spotted it, an enormous shape that dwarfed the boat they had just saved. Measuring an estimated 60 feet from nose to tail, this creature was no ordinary fish. The realization sent chills down their spines. Could this be the long-extinct apex predator that had terrorized ancient oceans? The Megalodon was a true titan of the seas, unrivaled in size and power. This prehistoric shark, whose name means big tooth, could grow up to 70 feet in length with jaws capable of exerting a bite force of over 24,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the skull of a whale with ease. Its teeth, serrated and nearly 7 inches long, were perfectly designed for tearing through flesh and bone. Unlike modern sharks, the Megalodon was not a solitary hunter. Evidence suggests it patrolled coastal waters in search of massive prey, including whales, dolphins, and even other sharks. Its presence in the ancient seas shaped entire ecosystems, making it the ultimate predator of its time. Skeptics were quick to dismiss the sighting, suggesting it was likely a whale shark, the largest known fish in today's oceans. But there's one crucial problem with this theory. Whale sharks don't frequent the waters off Brazil. In fact, the region is far outside their natural habitat, leaving experts baffled by what the footage could actually depict. Furthermore, marine biologists and video analysts who examined the clip ruled out any possibility of digital manipulation. The shadow was real and it was terrifying. As the footage continued to circulate, amateur sleuths and cryptozoologists embarked on their own investigations. Some claimed to have found corroborating evidence, strange scars on whales, massive unidentified sonar blips, and even ancient sailor tales of sea monsters that match the Megalodon's description. Though no definitive proof has yet surfaced, in parallel, mainstream scientists began weighing in. While many remained skeptical, some oceanographers admitted that the deep sea remains one of the most underexplored and least understood places on Earth. Whatever the truth, the implications of a living Megalodon are staggering. The discovery of such a predator would not only rewrite our understanding of marine biology, but also force humanity to reconsider its dominion over the oceans. For coastal communities, the return of a creature of this magnitude could have devastating consequences, as its hunting grounds would overlap with some of the world's busiest shipping lanes and fishing waters. As the footage continues to circulate online, drawing both fascination and fear, marine research institutions are reportedly launching their own investigations. Sophisticated sonar mapping, drone surveys, and deep-sea exploration missions are being planned, all in the hopes of uncovering more clues about what lurks in the depths. Do you believe the Megalodon could still be lurking in the depths, or is this just another ocean mystery? Number 4. Mystery Sea Monster. What could devour a 9-foot predator whole and leave behind no trace but a battered tracking device? In the shadowy depths of Australia's coastline, a seemingly routine research project became the stage for one of the most baffling oceanic mysteries ever recorded. A team of scientists set out to study the migration patterns of sharks, focusing their efforts on a 9-foot predator. Their goal was to attach a tracking device, monitor its movements, and gain valuable insights into its behavior. But what they uncovered was far from ordinary and far more chilling. At first, the shark behaved exactly as expected. It swam at a steady pace, its path predictable. Then, without warning, something extraordinary happened. The shark's body temperature surged to dangerously high levels, suggesting that it had been engulfed in something, or by something, with immense heat. Simultaneously, it dove over 2,000 feet into the ocean, far deeper than most sharks ever venture. The dive wasn't brief. The creature stayed in the crushing depths for an entire week, leaving the research team both puzzled and alarmed. Then the signal stopped. No data, no movement, no trace. It was as though the shark had been swallowed by the abyss itself. The researchers were left to wonder. But for months later, the ocean delivered a sinister clue. The tracking device, once attached to the shark, washed ashore on a remote beach in southern Australia. There were no remains, no bones, no evidence of a struggle, just the device, worn and battered by its mysterious journey. This left the team with a horrifying theory. The shark had been attacked and consumed by a creature of colossal size. But what kind of predator could take down a 9-foot shark with such ease? The temperature spike and deep dive suggested not just a predator, but an apex hunter capable of overwhelming one of the ocean's most formidable creatures. Their minds raced to the only plausible answer: a supersized ancient predator, like the legendary Megalodon, a shark that once ruled the oceans. Despite extensive investigations, the team found no further evidence. No signs of the predator, no additional remains, only lingering questions. Perhaps the most terrifying answer lies in what we don't know. The ocean is vast, mysterious, and largely unexplored. Somewhere in its darkest depths, something waits. The only question is what? Number 3. Google Maps sighting. Recently, the internet erupted when a chilling image from Google Maps surfaced, showing what appeared to be a colossal creature lurking beneath the waters near the Bahamas. The silhouette was massive, unmistakably fish-like, and cast an eerie shadow on the ocean floor. This single frame sent shock waves through forums and social media, with many asking the same spine-tingling question: could it be the legendary Megalodon? First, let's break down the scene. The shadow in the image is undeniably large, larger than anything most of us are used to seeing in tropical waters. Immediately, skeptics pointed to the whale shark, the largest living fish species, which can grow up to 40 feet in length. The Bahamas' warm, clear waters are a known habitat for these gentle giants, whose mottled bodies and distinctive markings seem to match what the photo depicts. Yet the creature in the image appears thicker, almost unnaturally bulky, its proportions seemingly out of step with a whale shark's streamlined form. Next on the list of plausible culprits is the basking shark, another oceanic titan capable of reaching lengths of 30 feet. These filter feeders, though impressive, are no strangers to Bahamian waters. But here's the twist. Basking sharks have a relatively slender silhouette with a characteristic pointed snout and a long tail. The creature in the photo, its outline is too robust, too stocky, too otherworldly. This is where the tale takes a darker turn. With whale sharks and basking sharks seemingly ruled out, some believers in the prehistoric step forward, their voices growing louder. It's Megalodon. The thought alone sends chills down the spine. Imagine a predator from the ancient seas, a behemoth that could reach over 60 feet in length, reappearing in the modern world. Could it be that this shadowy figure is a living relic from the time of giants? After all, despite its supposed extinction, tales of massive shark sightings persist in the shadowy corners of maritime lore. But before we dive head first into a frenzy of cryptid hunting, there's another, more grounded possibility: an optical illusion. Time and again, satellite imagery has given rise to wild theories, only to be debunked upon closer examination. What we're seeing might be nothing more than a large rock formation shaped by ocean currents, or perhaps a tightly packed school of fish giving the illusion of a singular, enormous entity. Yet the uncertainty is what makes this so compelling. The possibility, however remote, that a megalodon or some other enormous, unknown species might still roam the oceans generates a spark of primal wonder. But for now, the truth remains submerged. Number 2. The Beast of Brazil. It was an ordinary day for a Brazilian swimmer in distress, but what happened next turned into a global sensation. On November 20th, 2012, a chilling video was uploaded online. The footage, recorded from a rescue helicopter, shows a swimmer struggling in open waters. At first glance, it seems like a standard rescue operation, but a closer look reveals something far more sinister. In the upper right corner of the screen, a shadow appears beneath the waves. It isn't just any shadow. As it glides past the swimmer, the sheer size of this shark-like creature becomes clear. It dwarfs the man in the water, moving with an unsettling speed and purpose. Experts who analyzed the footage later estimated its length to be at least 60 feet, far beyond the size of any known living shark. The swimmer, too focused on survival, seemed oblivious to the monstrous presence nearby. Consider this: the average human swims at a speed of around 2 miles per hour, while great whites can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour. The shadow moved so quickly that it was barely visible, yet its bulk was impossible to ignore. When the footage was analyzed, scientists ruled out the usual suspects like whale sharks or basking sharks, whose sluggish movements and habitats didn't match the conditions seen in the video. The footage sparked a firestorm online. Overnight, it gained millions of views, with countless theories emerging, and some claiming it was none other than the fearsome Megalodon. Adding to the mystery, the swimmer in the footage was eventually rescued, but when asked about the incident, he claimed to have felt a presence in the water, describing an overwhelming sense of dread as if something ancient and powerful had been watching him. His account only fueled the growing fascination with the video, drawing the attention of cryptozoologists, conspiracy theorists, and even mainstream scientists. The most unsettling part of the footage is what it implies. If such a creature exists, it's not just surviving, it's thriving, undetected in the ocean's vast, dark expanses. And if it can evade us in an age of satellites and advanced technology, how many other giants might still roam the seas? Statistically speaking, there are over 230,000 known marine species, yet scientists estimate that over 2 million remain undiscovered. Could one of those be a modern-day megalodon? One prevailing hypothesis among enthusiasts is that deep-sea creatures, much like giant squid and coelacanth, have developed unique survival mechanisms allowing them to evade detection. These creatures may have evolved to thrive in the ocean's midnight zone, an area so devoid of light that even our most sophisticated equipment struggles to capture clear images. The question then arises: if such a creature exists, what role does it play in the marine ecosystem? Is it a solitary predator, or does it belong to an undiscovered species with a population large enough to sustain itself? Could its existence explain other unexplained phenomena, such as sudden, massive drops in fish populations or mysterious disappearances of ships? The Beast of Brazil remains an enigma, a haunting reminder of how little we truly know about the world beneath the waves. Each new piece of evidence, whether video footage or sonar readings, brings us closer to solving one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. Until then, it remains a story that blurs the line between myth and reality. Number 1. Mariana Trench sighting. Could an ancient predator like the Megalodon still be lurking in the deepest, darkest corners of our planet? The Mariana Trench, a staggering 36,000 feet below sea level, may hold the answer. This otherworldly abyss, shrouded in perpetual darkness and crushing pressure, is a perfect hiding spot for creatures beyond human imagination. With over 80% of Earth's oceans unexplored, it's no surprise that theorists believe the trench could conceal a monster of prehistoric proportions. In 2018, a video surfaced that sent shock waves through the scientific community and social media alike. Captured during a submersible expedition into the Mariana Trench, the footage reveals a massive shark-like figure gliding through the inky depths. But this was no ordinary shark. Its size was truly mind-boggling. The shark dwarfed an abandoned metal cage drifting nearby, its monstrous head appearing large enough to swallow a compact car whole. The chilling scale of this creature immediately drew comparisons to the Megalodon, a prehistoric shark that supposedly went extinct over 3 million years ago. But what if extinction isn't the end of the story? The Megalodon was a terrifying apex predator, capable of growing up to 60 feet long with jaws strong enough to crush whales. Some theorists argue that if any creature could evade human detection, it would be the Megalodon, perfectly adapted to the harsh, unexplored conditions of the abyssal zone. The eerie setting of the Mariana Trench only deepens the mystery. Its near-freezing temperatures, toxic chemicals, and volcanic activity create an alien world where survival means adaptation, perfect for a creature like the Megalodon. However, not everyone is convinced. Experts have raised an alternative theory. The shark in the footage might be a sleeper shark, known to thrive in the deep sea. These colossal, slow-moving creatures can reach lengths of 23 feet and have been spotted near underwater volcanic vents. While impressive, their size and behavior pale in comparison to the sheer terror of a Megalodon sighting. The debate rages on, fueled by the footage's haunting imagery. Could the deep sea hide an ancient predator, or are we witnessing a case of mistaken identity? Regardless of the answer, one thing is clear: the oceans hold secrets far beyond our comprehension. What are your thoughts? Are these encounters simply rare accidents, or do they point to a deeper misunderstanding between humans and sharks? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and check out the next video for more exciting content. Thanks for watching.